What's up, guys? My name is Miles.
And my name is Fez.
And this is The Commodity. And today we're reacting to the secrets of the Malaysian ringgit. This was suggested in our Discord and also on our last Malaysian video.
Okay.
So we know a little bit about the ringgit, only the value, I guess. Like one ringgit is roughly a quarter of a US dollar. Other than that, we don't know much.
And
about
one
it.
of the videos we watched, it was explaining what ringgit meant. I don't remember what it said. It said like edge or coarse or jagged or something like that, because the original coin that they used to use had the bumps, I guess. Mm-hmm. So kind of like what our quarter or dime, or I don't even know what coins. Coins. I haven't used a coin in so long.
Yeah, let us know though what ringgit stands for if this video doesn't. So let's go ahead and
we know what it is. I just can't think of it.
Yeah.
Banknotes are objects that pass through our hands every day, but they're so much more than just pieces of paper or plastic. In many ways, they're a country's business card, telling you all about the nation's culture and history, neatly summarized in a colourful and accessible format. Take the Malaysian ringgit as an example, self-described as distinctive.
So ours just became, or at least the $100 bill just added color to it.
It's like very still
bland,
toned down, very
the
green.
US dollar is very like just white and black.
Green.
And greenish.
Yeah, hence the name greenback.
Yeah, but they just added that blue strip like 8 years ago.
I don't remember the last time I had $100 bill.
Yeah, the $100 bills added like the blue strip down the middle about 8 or 9 years ago. But
it's probably been 8 or 9 years since I've had $100 bill or money in general.
Yeah.
Now, I'll be honest, Malaysia is a country I know embarrassingly little about. I've passed through its airport a couple of times and even glimpsed...
Okay, so before we really hop into this, the fact that he just said he doesn't know much about Malaysia, if any of these facts are wrong, we apologize.
Yes, please do not shoot us.
This was recommended.
So many people are like, you need to do your research before the video. No, we're not going to do our research before the video. Otherwise, the video is pointless to do.
Yeah, this is our research.
Yeah.
So if it's wrong, just let us know.
You are our research.
Yes.
You're our research team. So
the iconic Petronas Towers longingly from the plane window. But that's the extent of my relationship with the country.
At least he admits it
what
up front.
better guidebook than their banknotes? And the Petronas Towers are literally on one of them. So let's take a closer look at their culture, traditions, history, and natural wonders, as well as the single largest banknote in the world. If you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. Let's start with just the standard notes. There are 6 denominations ranging from the 1 ringgit, worth about 18 pence or 24 US cents, right the way up to the 100 ringgit, therefore worth about 18 pounds or $24. Each note is its own vivid colour, but other than that, the fronts are fairly similar. They feature the portrait of Abdul Rahman, the country's first supreme head of state or king, alongside Malaysia's national flower, the hibiscus. In the background of each can be seen a different pattern songket, a traditional Malay fabric, and there are some really intricate and beautiful designs here.
Wow.
Towards the top left of each note can be seen a see-through register security feature. What this means is half an image is printed on the front of the note, and the remaining sections on the back.
Oh, that's cool.
So when held up to the light, the image completes. It's hard for counterfeiters to perfectly align their printing, so if the images do line up, it means the note is likely genuine. It takes the form of the denomination for each note, with the exception of the 50 ringgit, which instead features another songket pattern. Another cool security feature can be found inside the main numbers on each note, microprint. It's almost impossible to see with the naked eye, but each number is made up of hundreds of
That's dope.
Oh, that's cool.
Again, this is exceptionally difficult for counterfeiters to reproduce.
That's cool.
All notes also feature a braille-like raised line to help the visually impaired distinguish between them.
And that's cool too.
What I want to know is how much does it cost to make one of these things?
Yeah,
it's like if it's a 1 ringgit, I mean it can't cost that little to make. It seems like it'd have to cost more than that to make.
Yeah, I mean these are very intricate and like beautifully designed banknotes.
Like they have different like textures and materials and bumps and I mean microscopic printing. I mean
that's probably why the American dollar is so bland, because
It's like
it stays true to the, like it costs $1. It's worth less than $1.
Yeah. It's insane. Yeah.
Of the 50, which features 2 raised diamonds instead. Other than that, the main difference between the notes is that the 1 and 5 are polymer, whilst the others are paper. I'm not quite sure why this is, but would speculate it's due to polymer's durability and lifespan, particularly for lower value notes that are likely...
I know in England they do a plasticky, which I'm sure is polymer as well. I'm not really sure. I'm not going to sit here but one of the reasons I had seen is because people would wash their clothes with money in their pocket, and it's waterproof. So whereas the US dollar, if you put $100 in your pocket and wash it, it is not waterproof.
It could possibly ruin your $100.
Yeah, exactly. So
to be subject to more wear and tear. It's not too uncommon to find this on currencies. For instance, both Mexico and Singapore also use polymer for their lower notes and paper for the higher ones. With this, the 2 polymer notes each feature 2 transparent windows, whilst the 4 paper see a watermark of Abdul-Rahman in its place.
Oh, true.
The 10 and 20 feature this shiny security fibre, whilst it takes the form of a holographic strip on the 50, and this really cool 3D strip on the 100. The 50 also includes a tilt effect feature.
See, that's kind of what's on the American dollar, is the 3D strip.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to point out on the front is something really weird and mysterious I noticed on the 50. At the very top and bottom of this box on the left can be seen the word void. I have literally no idea why this is, and it seems very odd and contradictory to include the word void on a circulating banknote, unless it was a test or demo note or something of the sort, which I'm fairly certain it's not. If you know or have a theory as to why, it's been really bothering me, so please let me know down below.
And let us know.
Anyway, let's now take a look at the back of the notes, where they really start to become unique. The 1 ringgit features a Wau Bulan, or moon kite, one of the country's national symbols. Kite flying is a traditional sport in Malaysia, often a celebration of a good harvest, and kites can be seen again on the coins and in the logo of Malaysia Airlines. The 5 ringgit features a rhinoceros hornbill, a magnificent bird depicted in a beautifully illustrated rainforest scene. It's the previous 5 ringgit design that featured the Petronas Towers. The 10 sees a Rafflesia, the world's largest flower that can grow up to 1 metre in diameter.
We just learned about
the 20 celebrates the country's oceans, with both a hawksbill and leatherback turtle, described by the country as ambassadors of the rich and colourful marine life found in their tropical waters. Interestingly, the 20 ringgit wasn't included in the previous series of notes, and so was brought back specifically for this series.
Do y'all find it convenient? So all of our bills are identical in size, which I'm sure maybe for somebody that's blind, but these have Braille on them, so it's not that big of a issue. But do y'all find it kind of annoying to have multiple bills in your pocket and they're all different sizes? Like, I'd be kind of worried that I grab something and then something falls out because I just grabbed the tip of one bill or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or my wallet. Ugh. Could you imagine having a bill that's like this big and then a bill that's like this big?
Yeah. And
half of your money's hanging out of the wallet? So just curious more than anything.
Much to everyone's delight. The 50 was released to mark the country's 50th anniversary and depicts the first Prime Minister during the Declaration of Independence in 1957. The note represents Malaysia's transforming economy and also features an oil palm tree, which nowadays might seem a controversial choice, and a molecular structure representing microbiology.
That's dope.
And finally, the 100 ringgit features Mount Kinabalu, the tallest mountain in Southeast Asia, beside the rock formations of Gunung Api Valley, both UNESCO World Heritage Sites. All designs feature this peculiar symbol, which it took me far too long to realise is the central bank's logo, as well as Jawi script, a traditional alphabet used for the Malay language, which is otherwise falling increasingly out of use. There's microprint text around the borders of each picture, and the notes glow rather spectacularly under UV light.
Cool.
1, 5, 10 and 20 all see the main image from the note.
Yeah, there's no way that $1 or 1 ringgit bill cost 1 ringgit to create.
It's like a $10 ring, a 10 ringgit bill cost to make 1 ringgit.
Bulan, a rhinoceros hornbill, a Rafflesia,
that is awesome.
And a turtle,
that's beautiful.
Alongside the denomination and central bank's logo. The 50 and 100 are a little different, however, seeing a glowing 50 again with the molecular structure and a mountain illuminated.
That's dope.
The 4 paper denominations all feature these random flecks of colour, security fibres intentionally added to the paper at the pulp stage. And that's just about it for these notes, but that's not where the story ends. Remember I mentioned the largest banknote in the world? Well, in 2017, for the country's 60th anniversary, Malaysia released two somewhat unusual designs. First, there's a 60 ringgit, an unusual denomination which now sells online for about 15 times its face value. So unfortunately, I don't have a real one to show you. Though the denomination may seem bizarre, countries do occasionally release weird and wonderful banknotes to commemorate important events.
That's cool.
Such as the 7 Fiji dollar note to celebrate the country winning gold in rugby sevens at the Olympics, or the newly released 75,000 Indonesian rupiah note, again to mark the country's 75th anniversary. But where it gets really bizarre is this, the 600 ringgit note and the single largest legal tender banknote in the world, measuring an enormous 37 by 22
physically
centimeters.
sized.
Here's a photo to put that in perspective.
Oh my gosh.
Now these sell for about £3,000 or £4,000, or about $4,000 or $5,000 US. And I tried my absolute best to get hold of a real one for this video.
Wow.
I thought maybe I could buy one and then sell it again afterwards to recoup what I'd spent, but I couldn't find one for sale anywhere in the world. It seems the only people who own them are hardcore banknote collectors, unwilling to part with their most prized possession. And so we'll just have to look at this picture
That
of
is
one
super
instead.
cool.
Nonetheless, isn't it glorious? Imagine
Without the people holding it, you have no, like, I was
Right.
just like, it just looks like an up close picture of some type of note.
But it's like a legit size of like a picture.
Yeah, it'd be
picture
like
frame.
that is crazy. I'd be like, I want to spend it.
Yeah.
That seems like something Mr. Beast would do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy this and then try to use it.
the size your wallet would need to be to accommodate one. As far as I can tell, it's more or less identical to the 60, apart from the denomination and size obviously. The notes see the royal throne encircled by the 15 supreme heads, including Abdul Rahman from the standard notes, whilst the reverses portray the signing of the independence agreement.
Oh, cool.
I really wish I had a real one to show all the cool features, its microprint or what it looks like under UV light, and
That's
if I
so
do
dope.
manage to get hold of one, I'll definitely make a follow-up video in the future. But for now, there we are, Malaysia's colourful, fascinating and beautiful banknotes that so wonderfully inform us all about this marvellous country.
So the UV light thing, that reminds me a lot of like corals in a fish tank.
Yeah.
With the blue light shining down on them. That's exactly what it reminds me of. It's super cool.
You know what it reminds me of?
What does it remind you of?
Going into the back of the
Laser tag?
well, that too actually, but no, the back of the, what is that, where the posters and everything, Spencer's Gifts. You go back there, you have all the black lights with all the posters where all the potheads would go and hang out and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it makes me think of, is all the beautiful art and stuff. I love it. I think it's absolutely stunning. Like the way that they did that, it blows my mind that they can even make a 1 ringgit note and
For less than a ringgit.
like if they can. We don't know. Like
Yeah.
there's a saying in the U.S. to make a penny, it costs like a dime or something like that.
Yeah.
Or something like it costs more to make a penny than it's worth.
And that's probably very true.
Yeah.
So let us know in the comments if you know how much. We could Google it, but we like talking to you guys. So let us know if you know if the 1 ringgit bill is worth a ringgit, or is it
Or how much it costs to
manufacture it. Is it actually worth a ringgit, or does it cost more than a ringgit to manufacture?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So we would love to know. If you enjoyed this video, smash the subscribe button, hit the thumb up button. And with that being said,
My name's Miles.
and my name is Fez.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Peace
Out.